All right. So we'll go through all the basic topics again today. We'll see versions of Windows operating systems from the start. We will see Microsoft products, what is Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and we will also see desktop physical connections, how to connect to a desktop, what are different cables required, and what are modern day cables, for example, C-type cable or HDMI cable, right? So we need an HDMI cable nowadays if we are trying to connect from a laptop to TV or a laptop to a monitor screen, right? So we will see basic versions, basic stuff today. Any doubts or anything from the last session we discussed where you have to check the system information, you have to check the applications installed on your computer? Were you able to check those? Did you have a look at them? Were there any issues? So tomorrow what I request you all to do is check Amazon application on your mobile or Flipkart, search laptops, check different features or configurations. So once you see the configurations, please note these four in mind, whether you are able to see those configurations there, right? So yeah, check these things. So we will start with the desktop connections today, how a desktop will look. And also in the meanwhile, please watch me how I Google things, because I have not saved any specific presentations or specific study material or specific content material for this course. So I just want this to be more natural, because I want you to see how I search using the Google search engine, so that you can also be familiar while searching the topics. So whenever you're trying to visit google.com, so just search with computer desktop connections, right? Or you can say, once you search, so this is how it looks, the back side of the computer. So let's click on images so that we will get more understanding of how a desktop computer will be. So have you do you have any desktops at your home?
No.
No problem.
Yes.
All right. So just wanted to make sure you know the desktop, because this is where we start. Knowing a desktop connections is very important, so that in the future, whenever we are dealing with desktops, there are many companies, most of the companies will have desktops, uh, so that it becomes easier for everyone to support the desktops. So let me so you can see this image, right?
Yes.
All right. So this is how it looks. We have a power. Let me download this. Okay. Let me enlarge it and rotate it. Where shall I rotate? Edit. Yeah. All right. So first things first, this is a power slot where we have the power cable. So from here, we connect to our plug board for the desktop. So this is a, here we have fan, as in to maintain the temperature and the coolingness of the desktop. So here we have the audio cables. Here we can switch input the headphones. All right. So here the blue color we see, right? Blue color, that is known as a parallel port, wherein we call it as VGA cable. From this, we connect to the monitor. Nowadays, this is replaced by HDMI cable. All right, so HDMI and VGA. VGA is the traditional port and HDMI is the latest one. So yeah, just make sure that you know that there was something called as parallel port, VGA port. It's also called as VGA port. All right. Then we have 4 USB slots wherein you can connect pen drives, you can connect speakers, USB speakers, anything related to USB. And here is the network port. We call it as RJ45 slot. All right. And if we want to connect a desktop to the internet, we directly slot in the network cable into this port. So these are the major ones we should know. The parallel port, which goes to the VGA slot for the monitor, and internet cable should be connected to this port. Just a minute, let me attend this call. All right. So once again, we have power port here. So these are the major things: power port, the desktop connection, the internet connection, the audio ones, where we can connect the headphones, earphones. And if we have USB ones, we can connect it to this 4. So any questions on this? So this is how a desktop connections look like. So let us power port, or we need a power cable, Ethernet, LAN, RJ45. These are all the same things. So there are different names to it. Then we have display port, which is also called as parallel, which is also called as VGA. Nowadays, HDMIs are used. All right, then the audio ports. Then we have, what else do we have? We have USB ones. So these are the major desktop connections. All right. So any doubt with this connections? So let me paste this, or I'll send this notepad itself sometime later. So whenever you want to save a document, maybe it is Word, maybe it is Notepad. If you want to save it, the shortcut is Control plus S. If I want to save this, do a Control plus S, it will be saved. Right? Any questions? Any questions till now for the desktop connections? So shall we discuss about shall we see the different cables that we discussed now? So yeah, a desktop. So desktop power cable looks like this, right? So here it goes. This is the port. We need to connect to this one. So let's see LAN cable. So this is how an internet cable looks like. Sometimes we call Cat 6 or Cat 5 or Cat 7. So these are different versions to it. Different cable refers to different features with only with regards to speed. What is the level of the speed one cable can offer, right? So you can also search with compare with this. Search for Cat 4 LAN cable, Cat 5 LAN cable, Cat 6 LAN cable. So compare the features between these three in Amazon. So you will come to know the features of it. This is important because we need to have the basics with respect to the speed, what speed it offers in the networking part. We'll come to know a lot of things when we are trying to learn about the networking part. All right. And VGI cable. So this is how a VGI cable looks like. So here we have the blue mark, right? So this one end, it will be connected here. The other end will have a connection at the monitor. See, one end at the monitor, one end at the desktop. So that's it, with regards to the desktop connections, we have, you can go through again these cables. You can also go to YouTube and
Is this VGA and SDMI same? I mean, is HDMI is a upgrade version of VGA or what?
VGMI is what you can say, a school method, very old traditional cable. HDMIs are the latest one. VGI offers only the SD image quality.
Okay.
So it does not, it's something like a very normal picture quality, what VGI offers. Those are only found in the old computers. Nowadays, you have HDMI cables everywhere. Even
Yes.
HDMI cables are replaced by C-type cables now. So
Yes.
if you look for C-type cables, so this is how a C-type end looks like. The normal mobile cables we have, right? That that
Yes.
that type of cable.
Is this compatible to the same, whatever you shown in the picture, no? So is this C cable is, compatible to that version of things or what? I mean,
Depends. No. So every adapter or every uh, power cable comes with their own voltage, or their own maximum capacity.
yeah,
So we need to always use the manufactured given chargers for each and every device. For example, if there is a laptop charger which has C type cable, please use it only for the laptop, not for a mobile. So when you have a C type cable for mobile, use it only for that particular mobile and not for any other devices, any other laptop or anything like that. So that is why they would design the charger only for their product, right? That's how it is.
okay, thank you.
Any other doubts? So again, you can also go to youtube.com and look for search for desktop connections, like desktop assembly, desktop assembling. If you search for desktop assembling, so you'll find a lot of cables, a lot of videos. Look for the videos which are shorter ones, so it should not bore you out, so that they will explain you each and everything, how a desktop uh, will be connected. See, this is a RAM. So you'll come to know more on when you watch a desktop video, what are inside, CMOS batteries, how a motherboard is configured. So anything on desktop connection, you can also, they have also showed how to connect using a UPS. So why? Because if there is any power fluctuations, you can always have the uh, desktop or a computer performance affected. So it is always good to have desktop connected to a UPS, and then connect, or then turn it on. So you can see this video. So I will paste this in the group chat. So any questions with regards to desktop connections? So next session, when I'm taking, please uh, have a go through it. If you do not have a desktop, that is fine. If you have, well, very good, very great. You can practice it. Just remove all the cables, again configure it, turn on, so you feel comfortable when you practice it. All right. Let us go to the Windows version. So all good with the connections, all these connections. Any other questions? Okay, let us proceed with Windows versions of OS. So again, I'll go to google.com. So I will go for Windows OS versions history. So first one is the Wikipedia. So I can also right click and open it on new tab. I have a mouse where I can click the buttons, and that's how it opens the new tab here. So you can see here we have Windows NT, I think 96, 95. All right. Yeah, so it goes back to 1985, Windows 10. So we started using Windows NT somewhere here with the Mario game, little Super Mario game. Then we have Windows 95. You can go through the Windows versions also. This is very, again, for freshers, they will ask these type of questions. Very basic, but yeah, they'll ask to differentiate between versions of Windows Vista 7, 8. So again, there are good number of versions under Vista, many number of versions under Windows 7. So now I'm using, so this is also a good command. So when you right click on the start option, right, you'll get these options. So click on the run dialog box and just type WinVer. Hit enter. You will come to know what version it is, what is the build number, right? So that's a good command to know. So right click on start menu, then click on run, then type WinVer. So let's see what happens if we type directly. So if we type directly here, you just have to run that command. It does the same thing. So that's the one more feature which is added recently in Windows 10. You don't have to right click and wait for run dialog box to come. If you have a command to run here, you can run directly from the search windows itself, WinVer, then run the command. So yeah, so we also came to know about the how to look for the Windows operating system version. So what is the other method to look for Windows operating system, what version we have? What is the, where can we have this checked? Any answers, please?
In settings, sir.
In settings, okay. So last session we discussed about
Start and system information.
system information. Exactly right. So we will also have all the system information. What is the OS version of it, right? So yes.
Actually, I recently purchased a HP laptop in Flipkart, but there they have mentioned the OS operating system is Windows 10. But based on your previous session, I go through with my laptop the same like in settings, in start and in about system information. They have mentioned Windows 11. Why is it so like that? I mean, did they mention anything wrong description in the Flipkart or?
No. So this is the build. This is the system information where you have, right?
Uh-huh.
This is the build quality or the build version of it.
Okay, okay.
So whatever comes from the HP, you ordered an HP laptop, right?
Yes.
So whatever is built from HP,
Okay.
the manufacturing OS for that model will be given in system information.
Okay.
And Flipkart will have refurbished or will have reconfigured it to a Windows 10.
Okay.
So the dealer who is making those changes, or HP will have that reimaged to a Windows 10. While building the machine will have Windows 11. But when you get it, it will have Windows 10 because someone will have reconfigured it to a Windows 10. So you can always check the build quality. Let me show you.
Okay.
For example, my system, if I run WinWare, it has version 21H1 OS build is 19.043.15.26. So when I check system information, what it has, Windows 10 Pro, what is the version? 10.019.046. It's just a 46, not 1526. So I have updated it as per the Windows updates, which come every twice a month. Every second Tuesday, Microsoft will release the updates for Windows OS. So based on that, I have updated it. So while building the quality, Microsoft Windows 10 Pro, this is the build, and I have the latest version 21H1 1526 because I've already built it after I get it. That is the difference. Okay. So you can also check this page with all the Windows versions. Currently, we are at Windows 11. All right. Windows 10, I am at, if I go here again, so 21H1, I'm here. So I can update this machine directly to a Windows 11. I can update it to version 21H2 also. Right? Subject to the authenticity of the Windows license. All right. So yeah, please go through this page. You can also YouTube again. Windows operating system basics. So there are, again, look for the shorter videos wherein it's a very short, brief video. You'll get much more information than the longer ones. Here you go. There are fundamentals, Windows, versions of Windows, features of Windows. All right. Any doubts with regarding to Windows operating system, desktop connections?
Can you repeat about this Windows update, what you said?
So Windows update is, okay, let me go. So when I got the machine, it was Windows 1903. This was the version when I got the machine. So what happens is, every second Tuesday of the month, Microsoft releases updates, or you can say patches, to Windows operating system globally. Globally, when I say for all the machines. So Microsoft is a company who owns the Windows operating system. So they release updates. For example, if you have a Redmi mobile, so you go once upon a time, you get that, it will tell you, please update your phone, please update your Android OS, right? So similar way, we have Windows updates also. I'll show you. If you click on start and look for Windows update settings. See, I already have Windows updates available here. So these are the updates. See, I told you, I can update to 21H2. I can download it and install, but I do not want to do it right now. It takes time to update. So that is why I've left it. So whenever I am free and I'll keep the computer connected to the internet, I can download and install this. I can pause the updates. I can change the active hours. I'll have a lot more features with the Windows updates. So this is where we can update our operating system. So based on Microsoft, again, based on Microsoft versions, if I am having Windows 21H1, I can update to 21H2. I can upgrade to Windows 11 directly. So this is nothing but updating. If you have a phone, so you can go to your phone's settings. If you have an Android phone, I'm having an Android. So when you go to phone settings, you will always have the check for updates, or software update. You're familiar with software update, right? So that is nothing but, here in Windows we have Windows updates. So it'll update the operating system feature released by the Microsoft. So Microsoft releases it every second Tuesday of the month. So every month they'll have one or the other feature releases, updates. So how we need to check that? We can check by coming to this Windows update feature, check and install now. Any questions?
Yeah, got it.
All right.
I mean, as you said, every second Tuesday of the month, we used to get, Microsoft will release the software updates.
Correct.
So should we update our system as, every second of the Tuesday of the month?
If it is a personal PC, yes, I can recommend. But while updating, you should have time, because updating takes about 2 hours. Sometimes depends on good internet connection you should have.
Yes.
So if you are on a mobile hotspot or a geo dongle, I prefer not to install it. So while updating, you shouldn't work, because all the load, the PC will take all the load while updating the PC. So it becomes very slow. So that is why even I have left all these features still yet to update. Okay.
Okay.
There is only 1 minute left. Anything else? So just make sure that you can go to YouTube and search for this, search features for these cables. All right. So I don't want